When Crystal Dynamics rebooted the Tomb Raider franchise a second time, bringing the story back to her first adventure, her first adventure exploring tombs, they created one of my favorite games of all time. The adventure of Lara Croft as she searches for the lost kingdom of Yamatai, shipwrecked by a savage storm, is a high-octane action adventure. If there's anything specific I didn't like about the first of the reboots, it ends too soon. There is a point in time in which you go off for the final battle. I was expecting more content, only to realize as things got more and more climactic, that the journey was about over, and the villain was awful. The villain, Matthias, shows up very early in the game as someone Lara just happens to run into, and appears to be an ordinary man stranded on the island. After that scene, he transforms into a Saturday morning cartoon villain, and any depth to his character is lost. But that game is not about its villain, but rather about its main character. The game's story asks, how does Lara Croft become the Tomb Raider? And with its close, Lara blasts away Himiko with a pair of pistols, finishing the story as the iconic look of the Tomb Raider. I can't say I'm as affectionate towards Rise of the Tomb Raider. The game's good. I'm not going to say anything worse than that about its quality. But I feel like they rushed Trinity into the story. With the first one, I'm just going to be calling the reboot the first one from now on, because reboot every time is getting kind of awkward. Within the first one, there is no mention of Trinity. They're a villainous force that gets introduced in the prologue of Rise of the Tomb Raider, and some villain group that Lara's apparently been investigating. There was this early Rise of the Tomb Raider preview that I remember liking more. Notice something about this very early teaser of Rise of the Tomb Raider. There is no mention of Trinity. Instead, the trailer focuses more specifically on Lara Croft as a character, along with how the events of the first one affected her. The way I interpreted the trailer is that she has become a bit of an adrenaline junkie, casting herself out into the void in an attempt to acquire that same feeling she got when she was struggling to survive, trapped on the island before. Instead, they focus on Trinity, which pushes the plot of the series along more than it does the character. Looking back, I feel like it would have been more interesting if the second part dealt with Lara in search of some rare artifact, putting herself and her friends in danger just so that she could secure that same feeling she got from the first game. Then, the villain of the story, a rival adventurer, is revealed to be a member of an organization called Trinity. Lara realizes there are bigger things than herself and sacrifices the artifact in order to stop Trinity and save her friends. Thus, we can then continue on to a story in which Trinity is explored and fought against. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, from what I know of it, seems like it would make for a good follow-up to Rise, at the least, as it gives the idea that Lara is attempting to be proactive in her attempts to stop them, except in her attempts to stop them, she's created more problems. That said, we'll see where the story goes in Lara's latest adventure, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was created by a diverse and talented team comprised of multiple genders, backgrounds, ethnicities, religious beliefs, and personalities. It's been a while since I've seen this kind of intro, and I thought it was just for Assassin's Creed games. Either way, welcome to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Oh yeah, I forgot that this game was also mainly done by Eidos Montreal. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much plane left to jump out of anyway.
Jonah, you there? Shit.
You okay?
Jonah, I'm here. Just a little stuck. A rock hit my leg.
Don't move, I'll get help.
No, I'm right on Trinity's tail. I don't want to attract attention.
I'm on my way.
I won't be long.
I was gonna say for a sec, is she gonna, like, cut her leg off? Which is a bit extreme. Although it's kind of like we started off in the middle of an action that seemed quite desperate. And then we cut back to 2 days earlier. In which case, she's back in the middle of an action. Like, are we gonna cut before this point to see how she got here?
Shit. Maybe through there.
Although this seems to be kind of the theme of the Tomb Raider reboot. Is just Lara getting beat up for the sake of fighting bad guys. And not necessarily just beaten up by bad guys. Just finding herself inside a hole in the mountain. Like, how did she even get there in the first place? Seems like an awkward place to get to. But I suppose considering the fact that in the first Tomb Raider game you eventually find yourself pulling yourself out of a pool of blood, you can imagine that she might make her way around to random places. And there, her trusty hiking axe. She does not need any other things. And luckily, the game doesn't show her putting tape on her leg so that they don't have to show the model changing. That said, despite the presence of all these bodies
Jonah,
and skeletons,
be careful. The way into the site is full of traps.
Trinity's not done with it yet.
They're protecting something.
6 weeks, and still no solid leads on who's leading the local Trinity cell. But I talked to some people in town, and they're excited. There's a VIP coming to the Day of the Dead. Name's Dominguez. We should look into it.
now there's a part in the first of these Tomb Raider games in which you're climbing along this rope, and you look at the other side where the rope is supposed to take you to. Yeah, this seems particularly dangerous. In which, and you see below the platform you're trying to get to, there is the rock texture of what you're supposed to, of what you can actually interact with. Because obviously you can see there's the rock texture I can interact with, and the rock texture I can't. But in this particular instance of Tomb Raider, like, you can see that piece of interactable rock texture below the platform you're trying to get to. And there's nothing else below it. So you know before the guys show up to cut the rope that somebody's going to show up to cut the rope. I like keeping the camera low when she's climbing up, so you don't actually know what you're supposed to be looking at until you've gotten over the ledge, meaning that your experience is always going to be on the same level as Lara's.
Jonah, I made it.
I'm on my way in. Almost there.
Sorry I didn't wait. Be careful.
Also, that is a giant skull. Seems ominous. Oh. Okay. The treasure is right here. Clearly touching it will save the day. And not cause any problems.
Lara! Wow. Get a load of this place. Guess all that research paid off. Now we know what Trinity is after.
Yeah, they really didn't want us in here.
I'm glad we followed your father's notes. I saw where the passage collapsed on you back there. You want me to take a look at that wound?
No, I'm fine.
Ah, the passage collapsed. Okay. That's how she got there.
Constellations. This inscription is some sort of riddle. Pink fish.
Pink fish.
Silver-crowned mountain. There's a date here. But something's off. Looks like it was damaged, perhaps intentionally.
Why would Trinity sabotage this? They usually just destroy everything.
No, I think the damage is older. But who would have tampered with it?
Lara! We gotta get out of here.
I have to get it for Instagram. My followers need me.
Move! Move! Hurry! Come on!
If you hadn't dragged me out, I'd still be in there taking pictures.
We'd still be in there. Don't know if you'd be doing much.
Jonah.
Hey, you want to freshen up? Regroup at the cafe? Dr. Dominguez is supposed to be there tonight.
Sounds good. I'll try and decipher the riddle, see if the date has anything to do with it.
Right. Pink fish, Silver Crown Mountains, I'll look into it. By the way, this cafe is supposed to have really good food. I know the chef.
I'm not very hungry.
After all of that, I'm starving.
Ah, Cozumel.
There he is.
Anything new on Dr. Dominguez?
Not much. He's leading a few Trinity digs in the area.
My father mentioned him in his journal more than once. He's an expert on pre-colonial ruins.
Everyone says he's a great guy. Big help to the town. So how's your leg?
Jonah, look. The riddle. Its directions. To find the hidden city, go south along the shore until you find the pink fish.
I found something for that. It's pink dolphins, found only in the Amazon.
It goes on. Then chase the heart of the serpent to the silver-crowned mountain. Look at this. It's the constellation Hydra, the serpent. This star is the heart. It's set in the southwest.
So southwest from the Amazon River. Brazil.
Peru.
Peru?
this date from the ruins, see? If you look closely, it is damaged. This number looks like a Maya 13, but what if it's really an 8? With precession, it...
What?
Precession. The Earth tilts, so over time, these stars appear in a different place on the horizon. Important if you're navigating by the night sky.
Okay.
In the Maya calendar, that's a 2,000-year difference. Back then, the heart of the serpent set directly to the west.
So, that's why it's in Peru, not Brazil. Trinity has been looking in the wrong place.
Exactly. We need to look for the silver-crowned mountain in Peru. There's more. Something about a key. What is Trinity looking for in the hidden city?
Doctor, we found it.
Yes. Show me.
You heard that too, right?
Let's see where he goes.
Now,
Hold on. Trinity's watching this place. Let's try to blend in.
that's where she gets her Day of the Dead mask. Yes, she definitely looks like she blends
Trinity's
in.
people are armed. I heard they brought in reinforcements.
I'll stay out of their way. I want to avoid what happened with the last cell we took down.
They must know we were at the other site. So much for a night off.
Where did Dominguez go?
He can't be far. He must be in the courtyard somewhere.
Yeah,
Let's look around.
someone must know something.
Hey, Sammy, how's it going? Where did he go?
Let's keep looking. Any sign of him?
No. Let's keep looking.
For my father.
Maybe I could light one for my mother. I'm not really used to crowds.
You'd rather storm guards or the deathless?
No, this is fine. Jonah, he's at the gate.
I see him.
Good. Be sure I'm not followed.
I think I can find another way over the wall.
I'll take care of these guys. Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Good. You can't come through this way.
I heard there was some kind of a crazy fiesta, like chicks and skull makeup.
It's not for tourists.
No, you know, Maria invited me. You know her? She's my cousin. My abuela, she was from here, don't look like it. Rest her soul. I wanted to make like an offering. What's that thing you do with the blankets? All right. You know what? I can see you guys are busy. I won't waste any more of your time. Y'all keep on trucking. Thanks for your service. Keeping us safe.
Jonah, I'm in.
Good. Those guards weren't at the gate earlier. Dominguez must suspect something.
Jonah is a survivor and a good friend. I met him several years ago on my first expedition on board the Endurance. He made me laugh the first time I spoke to him, calling me Little Bird. We've been through so much since then, and after I lost touch with my best friend Sam, Jonah was always there for me. He came with me to Katash and helped me find the divine source, the artifact my father was looking for when he was killed. After I destroyed the divine source to keep it from Trinity's hands, Jonah helped me hunt them down, cell by cell. When I finished deciphering my father's notes, Jonah thought that Cozumel was the best place to start. At first, I didn't believe him, but he was right. The site in Cozumel was the only one we found that wasn't destroyed. Now I know why. Trinity knows there's a piece of the puzzle missing, and I need to find out what it is before they do.
Except they rigged it to be destroyed anyway, so now it's gone. So clearly they didn't really need it to still be around, as long as nobody else found it. You know, I can't really think of much Day of the Dead imagery in video games, outside of the video game Grim Fandango.
Yes, sir. Even after the fiasco in Brazil, no one questions your leadership of the organization.
We've come too far to stop now.
Yes, sir. They're ready for anything.
Pardon. Jonah, Dominguez is not just the leader of this cell. I think he's the leader of Trinity.
We need to be careful. Lara,
Yeah, I heard you.
Also, have I been calling the Syndicate and Trinity as if they are one and the same?
My fault.
I think I may have just assumed they're the same because of the movie. The rather mediocre movie.
Someone set off a trap at the first site. We think it was Croft.
Wait,
What's wrong?
I want confirmation. No more guessing.
I'll make sure we get visual confirmation.
Jonah, they might have noticed me. I'll try the back alley.
I'll find another way around.
Or maybe she should try a different mask. Or not wear such an obvious hoodie.
Doctor, son muchos de sus hombres.
You can never be too safe. You're very gracious. Thank you.
We should go.
This is a little bit more of a slow introduction than I expected, but that's okay.
Dominguez wants confirmation Croft is here. You have the photo. Female, Caucasian, early 20s. You got that?
Well,
Good. They'll find her.
good. I don't want anyone getting in there.
What does this guy have to say?
Hey, get out of my office.
Sorry.
Close the door when you leave.
Right.
Where's the door? There is no door to your office. You are too drunk.
Don't worry. Go, play.
The readings at the site are unlike anything we've ever seen.
It's the key to our next phase.
If this is it, we'll be ready.
I don't know what happened with that brick.
Jonah, they've entered the dig site. It's fenced off and there's a guard at the gate. I'll find another way in.
I found a good spot. I'll watch the perimeter.
Am I gonna have to sneak past this guard at the tower?
There's got to be more to these ruins.
She was carrying around her bow and arrow.
A Maya pyramid inside some sort of cave.
Come into the ruins. You'll be far enough out of earshot.
No, please, don't make this harder than it needs to be.
It's your own fault.
Is there somebody about to be executed here? Yes, there is.
Come on. Just
Any final words?
wait. I'm a government official. I'm supposed to be here.
Not anymore, Mr. Lead Archaeologist. Your employment has been terminated.
Please, no. I have money. I can pay you.
I won't hurt you. You work for Trinity. What did they find?
Well, they've been searching for a temple entrance for many years. Today they found it. I have to go warn my sister. She's on her way here now.
I wonder if there was if I could have screwed that up,
Jonah,
or if I was meant
Trinity
to
just tried kill
always
a
save
local
that,
archaeologist.
save that guy.
Oh God.
I have to find what they're looking for.
This is Commander Rourke. All teams, get ready for Operation Blackout.
I better check those ruins.
Now this is something else the Tomb Raider reboot kind of introduced, is the scavenging for salvage
Better take a
and
look at those
herbs. Yes, I know you need to take a look at the ruins. Or the ruins. I wonder if this game will have the whole language dealie that Rise of the Tomb Raider had. Like in Rise of the Tomb Raider, you had to study specific columns which allowed you to understand languages better, which then allowed you to understand different other columns. And it appears that that might not be the case here.
I know this figure. Ishel, the goddess of the full moon. Oh, and this is Shakshel, the new moon. There's an inscription. Shakshel, the key lies beyond her gaze. The key. This is it. The entrance must be down there. Got to make my way down.
Yeah.
Okay, this should work.
Here is a new feature, the ability to rappel.
All right.
I think this is also an idea that Uncharted
This is Commander Rourke.
especially
Site
brought.
secured ASAP. When Dr. Dominguez arrives, we all go in together.
And that is the idea of, like, these temples just constantly falling apart on you. Whoop. I guess that's the tricky part of the whole rappel system, is, like, how do you know which way you're actually supposed to go? Although I suppose you got that fancy highlight feature, so you could always just do that.
All units, get ready. Dr. Dominguez is on his way down.
Damn, I better hurry.
What is he a doctor of? Evil?
I've got this. The statue was looking at that cave.
Oh, that's just a skull. That statue of the skull, that's conveniently over there. No.
Jonah, I'm entering a cave. We may lose contact.
Copy that. I'll keep an eye on Trinity out here.
Yeah, mushrooms. Brownish cap mushrooms with thick stem, used for endurance mixtures.
This cave looks like it's usually underwater.
Which makes me wonder if I'm going to have to deal with some sort of water puzzle. There's always some sort of water puzzle. Yeah. One of the upgradable abilities from
Right.
the first one. That's always interesting in regards to like when you're playing a game that has multiple parts. Is that like usually you get you're expected to get downgraded when you move from one part to the next, whereas like the Tomb Raider games, you've generally kind of kept some of the upgrades from one part to the next.
What is this place?
Like that hiking axe that you start off with in the game, you actually have to build at the beginning of the first one. You actually have to build a bow at the beginning of the first one as well. So, I guess, like, even though I'm kind of saying how the first game was a little bit, or this game is a bit of a slower pace, each of the games have generally been. Oh, what are you? A wooden bowl.
The carving on this bowl depicts a procession of Maya carrying something of great importance to them. The silver square. What could that mean?
Aliens. Alright. Let's see what's down here. Is it my death? Will I become Eel Girl? Yeah. It is my death. The eels will try to get me. Yes. Okay, still alive. This plot eel isn't the end of me.
I have to find the temple Dominguez is looking for.
Yeah. I guess I'll be able to eventually come back here, I guess, if I'm expected to have a tougher knife. Ah, damn it. There. I noticed that, like, right at the last second, when it was too late. Alas. The life of an adventurer tends to end real hard. And it appears that Shadow of the Tomb Raider is no different.
Underground temple.
Good.
Okay.
That's not good.
Lara, Trinity's blasting their way in.
I can tell it's causing tremors. There's a pyramid. I'm gonna get to the top.
Okay. Now, should I be jumping there? Oh.
Lara, how's it going?
Good. There are platforms that can help me reach the top. Looking for something to weigh them down.
You're breaking up. Got some activity here. I'm gonna get closer.
And thusly, the puzzle element of the game. Not too complex. Although, to be fair, it was pretty simplistic back in the day, too.
I'll need to find a way to get to the other side. Have to raise that bell somehow.
Ooh, I can sell gold. Which means that there is some sort of functional economy system in this game. Oh yeah, now I think I remember what I was talking about way earlier ago. So, like, Uncharted started the idea that, like, these tombs that you're exploring are not exactly in the freshest condition. They're falling apart, generally. And just by passing through them, like, these tombs have been, like, untouched for so long. Just your presence is enough to bring them down to ruins. And I don't think Trinity is helping things out with their dynamite. Another trick of the old game. Now, I see an item there, which makes me think I would fall down to it or can climb down to it. Oh, yep, you got ancient languages.
Those worthies shall be sacrificed to the Red Goddess, she of the waning moon and she of the waxing moon, grandmother to all, life taker and birth giver.
The scramble, not only good enough to go under traps, but can also be used to dodge bad guys. Although for now, since I haven't really fought any bad guys, it will have to do for traps. Actually, I wonder if I can climb down something in order to get to that item. I cannot, although it looks like I passed that by. Although I suppose since it's just myself, I'm in relative safety. I wonder if I have to somehow push this bell over in order to move that bell. So I push it down that way. All right. So I'll want to turn this around so that I could spin that and then hopefully...
The cart would tip over if I reeled it in.
Alright, solving puzzles. Oh, yeah, almost forgot. Maybe that was a little bit too much gusto. Oh, okay. There's an item over here. That's pretty scary.
Jonah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Jonah, there's a mural here. It shows a box. Inscription says, "The silver box of Ishal." That must be what's in the hidden city. This is a Maya myth. It says the box will summon the god Kukulkan.
The creation god. Is that what Trinity's after?
Wait, there's more. Looks like a series of cataclysms. A tsunami. A storm. An earthquake. Volcanic eruption.
So much for the god of creation.
Well, in Maya belief, Kukulkan is the god of creation and destruction. This
This looks like the Hydra constellation, but the stars seem out of alignment.
More puzzle. Nope. This one is going to do itself for you. So no puzzle. Oh, it's right there.
Jonah, I found a dagger. There's an inscription. The key to Ishel's heart unlocks the cleansing. We can't let Trinity get hold of this.
Let's think this through. Hey, shit! Lara, Trinity guards are coming your way.
I don't think we have too much time to think. Ah, that was a load-bearing dagger.
What have I done? Shit. Jonah, get to higher ground.
Oh no, you took it, didn't you?
Hurry.
Although here's the thing, if she didn't take it, wouldn't
Dominguez and more men. Apparently we found what we're looking for. Great. The siege begins. Yeah, that's what the reinforcements are for.
or were they expecting Lara to grab it herself so that they wouldn't have to grab it? Which is an odd plan.
Dominguez is coming tonight. I get it. What I'm telling you is the rain is gonna flood the... What the fuck do you think I'm doing? Checking on the water pump right now. Okay. Let's make sure everything's copacetic here.
How's it going with that pump?
Yeah. The bad guy actually looked to try to contact his friend.
Operation Blackout has been initiated. None of the local workers leave the site alive. Ah, fuck. We've planned for this. Make sure the perimeter's secure.
What do you think is in there?
I don't know, but I hear the readings are off the charts.
Let's just make sure the perimeter is secure when Commander Rourke gets here.
We'll be ready.
Inspectors are coming. Be ready.
Right. Shall I go into the vegetation? Yep. She has got a lot of mud on her.
Ah, don't worry, I'll fix it.
This is taking way too long. If Dominguez has to wait for us when he gets here, it's not gonna be pretty.
Inspectors are coming. Be ready.
Dominguez,
What's happening at the gate?
Copy that.
Hey, I'll investigate.
Yes, you do that.
This isn't right. Your privilege has been revoked.
Commander Rourke, this is Gamma Leader. Operation Blackout. No witness. Site is secure.
Have to be quick.
All right, let's dispose of the bodies. You, monitor the police van. Let us know when the gunshots get reported. Rourke and the reinforcements are on the way. I want everything ready when they get here.
Goddamn archaeologists.
All
Glad
right.
to be rid of them.
Yeah, they've been trying to warm out our intentions here for ages.
Well, they found out tonight. Hope it was worth it.
Yeah, assholes should have minded their own business.
Okay. I can get this guy. And this guy.
Status?
almost loaded.
Can I use this computer? Nope. Computer doesn't matter.
Hurry up!
So at what point did Lara Croft become Splinter Cell?
Are those extra fuel canisters for the siege?
Yep, got here 5 minutes ago.
Is it smart to store them that close to the wall?
Like I said, they've been dropped off. Move them deeper inside later tonight.
Good. Last thing we need is for some gung-ho cop to lob a grenade over the wall, right on top of it.
Where are the reinforcements?
Alright.
Hold this gate alone.
So what's coming out of the gates?
Too much pressure, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Now what? I guess we just wait it out?
Yeah. Damn it. We can't really afford the delay. We're supposed to be securing that wall.
They're all kind of looking in my direction. Like there's some places I could hide over there. Like he's kind of looking over there, so I don't think I can go that way. Unless, is there an item I can throw?
New pair of boots.
Or is there an alternative path that I am not taking? Nope.
Every time I come to Mexico.
Nope.
This country is nothing but
Oh, yep. There's my bottle. Whoa. It appears they have dispersed themselves.
The storm is coming in quick.
gonna be a long night.
Especially if I sit around and do nothing. Then it'll be a very long night.
This weather is terrible.
Gonna need a hot shower after this.
Now I wonder if I can drop down and kill him. Like that was an unlockable skill in previous games. Ah, crap.
Gotta find out what's going on.
Confirm reports of more gunfire. Copy. Visual confirmed.
Ah, crap.
Engage.
Dominguez wants her alive.
She's killing our people.
There goes my attempt at stealth.
Copy that.
Target sighted.
Always hated helicopters.
This is where you die.
More coming.
Okay. So I wonder if I just don't have, regenerating health.
I hope that's all of them.
Well, probably all of them for now. There's probably going to be more later. Nope, that was all his guys. Although, like, I say, like, what if that turns out to be like, oh, you actually took down his entire team, and now you only have the boss to fight. But technically that game already exists, and it's called Castlevania 2. considering the fact that once you get to Dracula's castle, the castle is empty. It's just Dracula. Which way do I want to go? Which way can I go? Oh, just that way.
There she is!
Oh.
Stop! Don't hurt her.
That was fast.
Lara Croft. This isn't the way I hoped would be. You know I've been interested in your work.
Trinity always is.
The key of Shasha. I've sacrificed my life for this. Where's the silver box of Isha? Give it to me.
It's in a safe place.
That was a pretty hard bluff.
It never occurred to me that you would just take. With this key and the silver box, we can remake the world without weakness, cruelty. And certainly with none of this. But without the box, the apocalypse, the death of the sun.
You're lying.
Lara, you felt it when you took the key.
Tremors are common.
But tsunami is coming, and this is the first of many catastrophes you're doing.
You would have done the same!
Yeah. By taking the key, you set the apocalypse in motion. Do you realize the tragedy you have unleashed?
If she doesn't realize it now, she'll probably realize it in 10 seconds.
The cleansing has begun. It falls to me now to stop it before it consumes us all.
Yep, there's the understanding. So yeah, I didn't realize that when Lara screws everything up, she also starts the end of the world, which this definitely appears to be. Like in the first Tomb Raider, the problems would have just stayed on the island. This is a bit bigger. Oh. No, that door's not gonna hold. There we go. That door's still not gonna hold. Ah, snap. Okay. This is not a good time had by any people. Oh. You know, when I hit the pickaxe signal, I said use the pickaxe. Don't use your hands. She seems to be spending a lot of time really, really close to drowning in this adventure. Ah, snap. And I think this feeling is kind of like what reminds me a lot of the first game. Is like there is no safe place. You're always in between one danger to another. You are temporarily safe. At best. You just gotta keep moving, and as long as you keep moving, you might have a chance. Of course. Ah, it's that kid. Oh, he's dead. Ah, those flames have looked better. Those flames have seen better days.
Lara? I was so worried.
I failed. Worse.
What do you mean?
Dominguez. He has the dagger. I lost it. After everything that my father went through, I gave Trinity exactly what they wanted. He'll use the box and a knife to remake the world.
To remake it into what?
I don't know. He thinks he can rid it of sin and weakness. A man like that, we have to stop him. It's all my fault.
We'll figure it out, okay? I promise.
No. We have to get to the hidden city before Trinity. We have to find the silver box.
Okay, but first, we're gonna help these people get to safety, and then we'll go after the box.
No one is safe. Not if he gets the box.
Yeesh.
I have to go. I'm the only one.
You're the only one that can what? You don't know that you caused all this, Lara. Not everything is about you. These people need us here. We can do good now. Besides, what do we gotta go on? A riddle? We're gonna need more than pink fish and silver crowns to get to the hidden city.
Screw those people. I've got archaeology to do.
And then we'll find us a plan.
Yeah, there's our plane. Fully intact. Nothing wrong with it at all. Oh wait, what was the order of events? Flood, storm, earthquake, volcano. So it is quite likely it is a storm that knocks us out of the sky.
I think we're looking for a volcanic mountain. The crown of silver is probably a band of clouds.
I just can't
A
get these
Band of
people back
Clouds
out
is my
there.
Crown of Silver cover band.
They lost everything.
The riddle says, "Trace the heart of the serpent to the Silver Crown Mountain, where the twins confer." I wonder what the twins are.
This storm looks like bad news.
It's just a little rain.
Lara is really, really focused on her archaeology.
Cloudy Mountain. If we find it, how do we know we have the right one?
Gut feeling? It's our only clue. The mural says there'll be more disasters. The best way we can help them is to put a stop to it and Trinity.
Okay. But how do we really know?
Yeah, she seems to be going on no research at
What
all.
I felt when I took the dagger.
You mean the tremors of the tsunami?
More than that. It felt like I woke something up. I know that it's not practical. I know that it's hard to believe, but you need to trust me.
We have to trust each other.
Also, which one of them is actually flying the
Might have
plane?
something over here.
Really?
Or do they have a pilot? I think they might have a pilot.
That's it.
I don't like this storm. Should we come back in the morning?
We're so close.
I guess a little turbulence wouldn't stop Trinity either.
Miguel, is there anywhere to land?
Yeah, I can put you down near Coag Yaku.
Let's go.
So how does the pilot die?
Contact! Might get bumpy.
Yep, there goes the pilot.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna level it!
Ah, okay. Uncharted 2 does an interesting thing because it also starts off in the middle of the action. But when you finally get back to that point where Uncharted 2 begins, you play through like part of it, and then the camera kind of skips some of your movements. But then you play through another section. It just kind of jumps around. Oh, she's still alive. Although I would imagine the seatbelt would hurt a lot in that kind of crash. Half of the budget on this game was spent on mud textures. Thank you for watching. If you've still got the itch for more content, why not give one of those links a try? Got some questions or comments? You can comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. In the meantime, so long, folks.